Hey guys, and welcome back to the J2O channel. And in today's video, we're doing a Chelsea news video. Today I'm going to be talking about two topics today, or maybe three, depending on how you want to see it in your eyes. So basically I'm going to talk about how Chelsea want Lukaku if we don't get Erling Haaland. And the second story I'm going to be talking about today is Jorginho and possibly leaving the club, because he recently done an interview, and plus on top of that his agent has been talking quite a lot as well. So yeah, let's get into this. If you enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I really hope, by the way, you enjoyed my sort of reactions to compilations that I did, Eden Hazard and Di Maria. I'm going to be doing a lot more of them as well, so yeah, stay tuned for that, and let's get into this video. So obviously guys, the first story, like I said, I was going to talk about is the potential rumour that we get Lukaku, or we want to get Lukaku, if Erling Haaland isn't purchased before. Now, I did talk about this a couple months ago, well actually last month I think, or maybe this month, I'm not quite sure. It was only for a brief time, but I'm going to get more depth into it. This is actually the first time talking about Erling Haaland, and let me quickly give my opinion on Erling Haaland before I get into Lukaku. Right? So with Erling Haaland, I think as time has gone on, I'm feeling more and more confident that he could actually come to Chelsea. Simply because at first I was like, nah, I think he could go somewhere else because of the name, or maybe because they're bigger than us. So I was thinking maybe Real Madrid, Barcelona, because they're bigger than us. Maybe Man City because of Pep Guardiola and the team they have already. Who else was there? I don't know. Maybe a Bayern Munich if they got rid of Lewandowski. Manchester United. You know, all those clubs. But after with all those clubs, actually, Man United probably don't have the financial package to get Haaland. I mean, they probably do, but I don't know if the Glazers would be willing to spend it. Plus as well, are they the right team to really go to with Ole as their manager? Is there really a project going on there? Man City, in my opinion, probably are real competitors for Erling Haaland. Pep, the team, obviously Pep signed a new contract in last season, so he's there for the long term, I guess. And I feel like they're the only team that could actually afford him. Real Madrid, Barcelona have like a 1.1 billion in debt, and Real Madrid need to sell players before they even get a player. And they're not in debt, but they're not financially, you know, up there. You know, now La Liga's obviously had a mad struggle. I don't think PSG would be interested. Bayern Munich already got Lewandowski, and I don't know if they financially can compete as well. So I'm looking, I'm thinking, okay, you know what, Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel, we've got a good team, we have ambition, Roman wants him, there's a project going on. I think we actually have a chance this year. And before I would have said no. And look, obviously, if we don't get Haaland and wants to reject us for a bigger club, like I said, in which could be the reason why we don't get him, then Lukaku's the option for backup. And I would 100% take Lukaku back. But in my personal opinion, I would have gone for Harry Kane before Lukaku. But, you know, that's impossible because it's Tottenham. They never negotiate with us. So, yeah, that is a separate thing. That's not going to ever happen. So I can forget about that. I'd love to have Kane, but that's not going to happen. So Lukaku. There's a couple factors in this deal that worry me though. One, Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte has a really bad relationship with Chelsea. It really ended badly. And I think the last thing Conte would want, especially if he's there as Inter manager, is to let Lukaku go to Chelsea. When Conte wanted Lukaku himself at Chelsea, and Chelsea went for Morata instead. For me, as long as Conte's at Inter, I don't think we'll get Lukaku, in my opinion. Those two, they have a bond. The relationship is gold. Like, it's unbelievable. Lautaro Martinez is now happy there, and he's happy to stay there. Originally, before, he wanted to go Barcelona and play with Messi and them lot. But now he's actually happy here. For me, the only way we get Lukaku is if, one, we offer Inter an offer that they can't turn down, and that Conte can't do anything about it. And 2, Conte leaves Inter. I still think there's a slight chance he could. I still think there's a slight chance he could leave Inter. Who knows what's going to happen? I would take Lukaku 100%. I think he's a good striker, world class. It can be debated. I think his overall game has improved for him to turn into a world class striker. His hold up play is good. He's very strong. He can finish. He's a goal scorer. He brings other people in. I feel like Lukaku would do very well here. And in the Thomas Tuchel system, I think he would bag a lot of goals. And like it said in the reports, Thomas Tuchel is the one who wants Lukaku as well, if Erling Haaland can't be got. And he'd only cost, what, like 80 million? Compared to Haaland, which is going to be 154 million. So, yeah, guys, that's my Lukaku. I would 100% take him. I just think Conte wouldn't allow it because of the bad relationship. And I swear Lukaku himself has said before, I think his time in England is done. Although never say never, in it. So, look, that's the story on Lukaku. And I've already given my thoughts on him, possibly being the backup to Haaland. You guys tell me in the comments below. Is Lukaku a good fit? If we don't get Haaland, is he like the second choice you would have as well? Because for me, realistically, he probably would be. Although I would have, in the ideal world, it'd be Kane, but Lukaku realistically. So yeah, let's go on to our next story, and this is about Jorginho potentially leaving Chelsea. This is going to be an interesting one. So guys, the last story that we are going to talk about today is Jorginho and his agent. Now, first of all, let me get into Jorginho. And recently, he came out in an interview saying how he misses Naples. He sort of misses Naples. Obviously, that's his. No, I don't know if it's his hometown, but obviously Napoli is pretty much where he used to be before coming to Chelsea. And he pretty much complained about how London is very, very cold, signaling to me that he's missing the weather. And that's natural. That's obviously natural. Cool. And then he went on to extend his words and say how he's supporting Naples and saying hopefully they get to the Champions League. Now, his agent has been talking a lot. Very much a lot. And he's pretty much trying to force a move for Jorginho. And Jorginho himself looks like him and mainly his family, I would say, would look to move back to Napoli. Because Joe Santos, I think that's his name, or Jose, I don't know, it's Santos something, has been talking about how Sarri could move back to Napoli, seeing as Gattuso's leaving at the end of the season. And if Sarri goes to Napoli, then we all know that Sarri's going to want Jorginho, and Jorginho probably desires to move back to Italy. And look, I think Jorginho might want to go back to Italy. I think 1, weather. 2, I think he misses Italy in general. I think he misses Naples. And I think his family as well may have had enough of England and they want to go back to maybe the sunny weather and, you know, back to their homeland where they know where they're from, really. And I think Jorginho, has realised, you know what, I've been in England for 3 seasons. It's been a roller coaster. It's time for me to go back home. And I think Jorginho may have got what he wanted in his career, and that's moved somewhere else to experience a new challenge in a different country. And I don't have a lot of context to these stories, but it's based on what I know and what I've read before. His agent is really trying to give signs that Jorginho wants to come back to Italy, because his agent gives like an interview every 2 weeks, plus in every international break, about Jorginho himself. And yeah, I think if Napoli make Champions League football, I think it makes up Jorginho's mind that he 100% wants to go back to Italy. And let me give my thoughts and opinions about this Jorginho situation. Me personally, look, Jorginho's been one of our best players under Thomas Tuchel. Don't get it twisted. But he is a very limited player. And I think Jorginho knows that himself, and I feel like his agent knows that himself. And I think he's trying to protect Jorginho in the best way possible by sending him back to homeland in a country where the Italians love him. Here in England, first season, really rough for him. Everyone hated him. Second season, everyone liked him again with a bit of hatred in terms of performances. And then this season, first half, it was, Jorginho, man, he needs to go in the summer. Everyone loves Jorginho now. And I think Jorginho's sort of like, nah, you know what? Let me go back to home. My family possibly want to go back as well. I think his kids may want to go back to school there as well. And look, I don't blame him. He's got 2 years left on his contract. For me, I would say sell. Get the money whilst you can. We paid 57 million for him. We can get 50 million for him, at least in my opinion. And look, he's been a good servant for us. He has 2 years left on his contract. I think he wants to go back home. I don't blame him at all. And yeah, I think Chelsea are going to need a midfielder to replace him. I've liked Jorginho. Although I've always said he's a very limited player. I like his personality and I like him as a character, and I feel like he's a real leader in the dressing room, hence why he's always the vice captain of the team. And yeah, he's destined to leave, and if he does go, good luck to him. Yeah, because I genuinely think he's going to go, because I think Gattuso's leaving Napoli in the summer, and I think Sarri's going to come back to replace him. And if Sarri's there, Jorginho's going to go. So yeah, guys, that's really my thoughts and on this Jorginho story, about how his agent has been talking quite a lot about him potentially leaving, and Jorginho himself talking about how he misses home, misses Naples, and talks about how the weather here is very, very cold. Tell me your thoughts down below on that. Do you think Jorginho will leave Chelsea and go back to Napoli, especially if Sarri returns there, and especially if Napoli make the Champions League, which I think they're 6th, 7th? It's very unlikely in my opinion. So yeah, you tell me your thoughts on that. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, share this video around. And yeah, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow in my next video, which will be about Tammy Abraham. I'm gonna make a video about Tammy tomorrow and why people should respect his name. And yeah, in a bit, guys. Peace.